What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be bringing you something brand new, never seen on this channel before, and it is an escape from Tarkov video. Now this is going to be a short guide on how to make as much money as possible on Escape from Tarkov, utilizing your scav runs and your hideout. Now a lot of people have been asking me how I make so much money, because every time they come to the stream I'll go from 300,000 rupees up to like 16 plus million rupees in the matter of a day. And they're like, Scopes, I don't get it. You must be cheating. How do you get so much money? And it's pretty simple. Interchange mixed with, the flea market and hideout, you can make an abundance of money. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly show you like a kind of a route through the interchange and through basically the method in which I use to make as much money as possible. Now, obviously, it depends on whereabouts you spawn on the map, because as a scav, you can spawn in the most random places. But in general, guys, you want to mostly hit this store first. Now, this store right here, this store is called TechLight, and basically, it's one of the three main tech stores that you want to be hitting around the map. Now, basically, you just want to check sort of head height, maybe second row down shelves. 9 times out of 10 there isn't anything on the bottom shelves, but the more you play the game, the more you'll kind of learn what is an actual spawn and then what, can actually like already be there. Now the thing you want to do is go down the escalators, check out the second store. Now this is Texo. This is going to be at the bottom of the escalators once you come down from TechLight. Now obviously once you make your way through, you'll find various different items on the shelves, and one thing advice I can give you is just pick everything up. Pick everything up, and then once you're full, if you then find something else and you know it's more valuable than another item you have, simply drop that item and pick up the current item that you find. Obviously, instead of just being like, oh, it's not worth that much, let's leave it behind, everything is worth something in this game. Even if it's only 1,000 rupees, it's very rare that you'll find something that's that cheap. Normally, the average item something goes for is around 10,000. So what you want to do is you want to hit up the 3 stores which you've just seen. You want to go into Raz, you want to go into the furniture and Texo downstairs. Make your way into the back rooms. Now, in this back room, guys, you'll actually find 5 PCs in this room. And honestly, guys, since they've updated PCs, you can now find graphics cards in PCs again. And I've probably found at least 15 to anywhere between 15 and 30 GPUs inside PCs just on Interchange alone. Obviously, I've sold various amounts of them, and I've also got quite a lot of them in my Bitcoin farm, which we'll talk about the hideout in a little while. But there's 5 PCs in this room. There is 3 duffel bags basically in this room, and there's also a coat that you want to check. Inside this little room is where you'll find one of the duffel bags and also the alarm to turn off that's over at Kiba. As I said, guys, duffel bags, you want to loot as many as you can possibly find. So these duffel bags can literally spawn almost anything inside of it. So once you've done that, you want to make your way back. Now, this is where you're going to make the most money. What you want to be doing is going to Ollie. For me, Ollie is one of the best money makers on the game. It can have almost all your items for hideout inside of it as well. Now, Ollie also has 6 PCs in it. Obviously, you've got 2 sections right there. But if you just see this video, watch the exact path I take, and basically look where I'm aiming my gun. Every time I aim my gun, there can be something that spawns on these shelves. Again, it's kind of the same thing. You want to be checking the top shelf and the bottom shelf. Well, the middle shelf, technically. Nothing realistically spawns on the top shelves. On some occasions you will, and I will point that out in the video. But 9 times out of 10, they spawn on the bottom shelf, or they spawn on, the middle shelf. Now, these are the third and 4th PCs you want to check. Then you want to check down on all the bottom rows. As you can see, you've got electric motors. You have the pipes. They make so much money as well. And all you want to do is basically drop something and then pick something else up when you find that it has more money. Now, one best thing for you to do is to try and memorize the amount that items cost. How much it costs if you was to sell something to a trader or flea market. And then basically try and weigh in what is more valuable to hold on to. So as you can see, guys, along these top shelves here and the bottom shelves, Also, you have a quite a few different toolboxes that you'll be able to loot along the way as well. Now, on this video, I'm actually going to be showing you a extended route, which I don't always take. It does depend on the amount of time you have left in the raid. But in general, guys, if you follow this exact route and basically just keep yourself in line with the route that I take, I pretty much ignore where not much spawns, and if it does spawn, a very low chance. So you'd be wasting your time going to sort of check. And I take basically the most cut-through route to make it so that you could loot within literally 10 minutes and be out of the game. Now, as you can see, along all of these shelves right here, you can find them. And finally, on this shelf here, these are very good. Tubes are worth like 11k, almost 12k. And those, I don't actually know the name of them, like Proxans, they are also worth quite a bit. So in this room, you have 3 more PCs. And what you want to do is, I normally take the route all the way around clockwise, anti-clockwise, but this time I decided to run clockwise around. And basically, this room here has a further 3, and the second room has a further 4. So you could literally get so many PCs out of this run. I mean, I think it was 21 PCs in total just in this little section that I loot. So not only do you get, you know, quite a large amount of PCs to loot, which is potential graphics cards, PSUs, fans and stuff like that, which you need a lot of that for tasks and hideout. But doing this Ollie run as well, almost everything you can find is a minimum 10k. Single slot items, motors are worth anywhere around 60k, you know, and they take up 4 slots. But basically, you just want to be checking everywhere I aim my gun, because that's like the main part. Now, right here, you can see them shelving units. You can spawn car batteries. I know a lot of people do struggle to get car batteries for their task. So, like, this is one of the main places you want to come. They also have an available slot over in, you know, like IKEA, Goshan. There are some slots that do available for, like, little bits and bobs, but nowhere near to the compact amount that's within this route that I'm taking right now. So, the reason I point out this route is because it's close together. There's not much, you know, you don't have to go really far to get to like 1 or 2 items. Everything is kind of compact into one area. And that's what I really love about the Ollie and tech stores. They're all next to each other, and it literally takes you 10 minutes to run through the whole place, and you will literally get the most money possible. Now, what I would advise is definitely trying to learn what each item costs so that you can maximize on your profit. Now, I would say on average from each scav run I make is probably minimum 200,000, but you're normally looking at around the 300,000 to 400,000 per run. Now, this also includes whenever I do a scav run, I actually sell my gear, whether that be the backpack, the rig, the armor, the headset I've got on, the hat, the gun. I sell absolutely everything. So the actual equipment that I physically start with, whether that be the backpack or, you know, the gear, that comes to around 100,000 almost every time. Not always, but, you know, most of the time. And then you've also got the stuff that you pick up along the way, which can vary between 2 to 3 to 4, 500,000. I mean, if you find one graphics card, that's already almost 600,000, and that's without everything else added on top. So literally within one day, guys, every time you do a scav run, just do this exact run that you see on screen, and you will make an abundance of money. So what I'm going to be doing for you guys as well is I'm going to quickly show you guys basically just how much money we had. So we have 17,451. I've kept a little screenshot up the top. That is how much we had before this run, okay? I'm only going to sell the items that we had that we made from that actual journey. I'm not going to sell anything else. As you can see, from the meds downwards is everything we made on that run. So, flea market. The best thing to do is, although you can make a little bit more money sometimes from not selling on the flea, selling on the flea is definitely going to be more advised, because if you look at the top right-hand side of my screen, it's 16.64, just above the price. That is how much rep I have from selling on the flea. Now, once you sell, it's around 300 to 400 million worth It's a lot. And once you sell that amount and your rep goes to 30, then you're going to be able to sell 3 items at once instead of 2. Now, what I do is I sell, you know, I start to slowly learn how much something sells on the Flea, how much it sells to a trader, where I can mostly profit from the amount. Now, I know that, yes, I can sell all of this stuff for the same amount on the Flea, but there is a cost, you know, there is a commission to upload onto the Flea. So sometimes it is a little bit more valuable to actually upload on the flea market, but then sometimes it's like not really worth it because you're not going to make any money. So you just sell it straight to a trader. Now, what I done there, guys, is showed you a couple of trades. Now, Hideout. Hideout is also going to make you just as much money, okay? When you get to the Hideout, you want to be doing moonshine. It gives you the best profit possible. You want to, every single day, guys, as much as you can, try and get a lucky scav junk crafting. That's 1 million. That is 1 million every 8 hours that you can make through the Hideout. Inside here, you want to be making green batteries. As you can see here, they go for about 500,000. Sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on the time of day. But you got M61 bullets, you got BP rounds. Just constantly keep crafting stuff in your Hideout. It's going to be a lot cheaper than trying to buy everything, okay? SMB rounds are pretty good as well. And guys, when I tell you this, Hideout is 100% worth it, okay? The fuel alone, just getting 1 bit of water is more than what the cost of fuel is. And then, you know, the water isn't even the most expensive. So 100%, guys, what I would advise you to do is just constantly be crafting stuff in your Hideout. Now, I've got my water filters going. I've got, not only do I have my water filters going, I've got the moonshine going. I've got my meds going, my workbench going, my lavatory going. Sometimes a nutrition unit going, depending on whether I find a chocolate. And what I do, guys, is in the meds, guys, is I want to craft actual meds in the med station. And the reason for this is because if you go to therapist, you can actually get a craft where you can get sugar for your moonshine crafting. And then obviously you use that, the meds that you made, you trade it out. And let's quickly just have a look how much we made in total. So guys, as you can see here, before the run, we had 17,451,000. And after it, 17,908,000. So we made just over 350,000 off of that one run alone. Now, obviously, every 7.5 minutes, I get my scav run back. That's one because of my intelligence center in the Hideout. Every time you upgrade your intelligence center, you actually lower the timer that you have on your scav runs. And on top of that, the more rep you have with fence, which is by doing car extracts as a PMC, or if you're doing, you know, more and more scav runs, you gain XP every single time towards that reputation for fence. It also lowers the timer. So, guys, if you're doing this run every 10 minutes, even if it's 10 minutes, I'm 7.5 minutes, but if you do this run every 10 minutes, that you're going to be making over $1 million an hour. On top of that, you got your Hideout where you're making millions in the Hideout as well. You can easily make around 20 million a day if you really, really wanted to. Let me know down in the comments, guys, if there's any other videos you want me to make, whether it be tricks and tips sort of videos or just gameplay. Let me know down below, guys. I really do appreciate all the love and support. If you haven't done so far, guys, please smash that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I love you all, guys. Hope you have a beautiful day.